Hi guys, we are here today at the Flying Club located literally at the end of Cardiff Airport runway. Now, we've been wanting to come to this place for a while, but the only thing that's been putting us off is Cardiff is a pretty quiet airport in regards to air traffic. But what we have done today, we have picked a day and a time where there seems to be a lot of aircraft going out. And what can I say? It's absolutely phenomenal. It's a hidden gem. You've got an absolutely unbelievable beer garden here. You've got a bar fully stocked with a lot of alcoholic drinks, soft drinks, a lot of choice. And the main thing for me is this beer garden with an amazing view over the runway that's behind me. So we've got Aero's Flying School right next to us, and you've got all the Piper PA28 parked up there. And just behind me to the left here, you've got Cardiff Airport's one runway, where over the last hour there's been a lot of TUI aircraft departing and arriving. So we're just hanging around now to get the last TUI arrival of the day, and we're enjoying a pint of Inch's cider. Please excuse me why I look like a bit of a thug. I've got my hood up because it's very windy here today, and I need to try and minimise the amount of wind going in the microphone. But if you are a keen plane spotter, this is an absolute phenomenal place to come, but you do have to pick the right time in order to get the traffic for you to film. So come with us, check out this hidden gem of a place, and let's see some planes arrive and depart. What started out as an afternoon in Bari, we then realised how close we were to the airport with the planes coming into land, so we decided, let's get over there and check this place out. This is the view you can expect when you pull up to the car park of the Flying Club. As you can already see, is a fantastic view of the runway. Just as you go in, you've got Aero's Flying School in front of you, and the Flying Club bar is located just here, but as you can see, it's not very well advertised. There's just a doorway and a coffee sign to the right, but as you can see here when we go through, it just opens up into this most incredible beer garden. Just check out that view. Absolutely beautiful day for it, and the most sensational view over Cardiff Airport runway. Here is another view of the beer garden from our point of view from where we were sitting, and also just above here you've got a balcony seated area which is part of the bar. It was unfortunately being refurbished and is back open this Wednesday. After a nose outside at the beer garden, I came up the stairs to the bar to get a nice cold drink to take back out to do some plane spotting. I was very pleasantly surprised as I came into the bar at how nice and cosy it seemed, and as you can see here, there is a huge selection of drinks, so you're not going to be short of choice, guys. Of course, a plane spotting bar located right at the bottom of Cardiff Airport runway just wouldn't be complete unless you had a huge selection of model aircraft in a cabinet, as you can see here. Very nicely sitting away, which is a nice touch, so it gives you the sense of being at an airport. There's plenty of screens which would be great for the sport, and the bar really did start to pick up late afternoon. Drinks were very reasonably priced in the bar. For the two we had there, we paid just £9 for them, and considering its prime location with the view over Cardiff Airport runway, I thought they could have charged a lot more. It wasn't just a busy afternoon with commercial airlines at the airport. There was a lot of privately owned aircraft that were flying past, just like this twin-engine aircraft here. Around 10 minutes later they came past again, which looked to me like they were doing circuits, so we managed to see a great variety of aircraft throughout the day. In the distance you can see the British Airways maintenance hangar, and to the left of the bar you've got Aero's Flying School, and here are two Piper PA28s and a Cessna 150 parked up on the tarmac. We were lucky enough on this day that we got to see a lot of students going on their flying lessons in the Piper PA28s, and as you can see here, Tasha and Elijah were enjoying seeing a student going on their lesson with one of the instructors at the flying school. Here you can see little Elijah all wrapped up in his coat and his hat because it was quite a windy afternoon, and here we are, me and my boy, tracking the planes on flight radar, so that we can see them all departing and arriving. In the distance, parked up at the gate, is a TUI 737, which we were tracking, and it was around 20 minutes late pushing back at this moment. It was a very busy hour for TUI, with 2 aircraft that arrived into Cardiff, and one here which was departing for Antalya in Turkey. Just check out the power on this aircraft as it roars down the runway. When this aircraft took off for Antalya, I was upstairs in the toilet in the bar, so I rushed out and I was gutted that I only thought that I got the end of it. But as I seen then, Tasha got this amazing video of it taking off. As you can see in sight here, we managed to catch it as it gets airborne into the sky. I was shocked to see how busy Eros flying school were, considering how late in the day it was at this point. There was just a constant influx of students who were going on their flying lessons, and while we were sitting in the beer garden of the flying club, there was a couple sitting next to us, and they were waiting to go up on a trial flight in one of the Piper PA-28, which Eros also offer. Now, for those of you who don't know who Eros are, they are a very reputable flying school, and they have a fantastic fleet of aircraft. And there they go, the lovely couple that we were speaking to in the Flying Club beer garden. They are off on their trial flight there in the distance in the red and white Piper PA-28. With me doing my flying lessons, I told them, you're going to absolutely love it, and once you've got the bug, you just cannot stop. Around 45 minutes later, they arrived back into Cardiff Airport after their trial flight, and I'm sure that they absolutely loved it. We are just finishing our drinks outside here at the Flying Club at the bottom of the runway at Cardiff Airport, and I've been tracking on Flight Radar the final arrival of the day that we will be staying for, which is a KLM City Hopper. Should be here in no longer than around 10 to 15 minutes. I've just seen that it is on final approach, so we're going to see this land and then we're going to go inside and have a little look around, maybe have another drink, and then we're going to get going back down to Swansea. But beautiful day, very windy out here in the beer garden due to it being such an open space, as you can imagine, on an airfield, but absolutely fantastic time, both thoroughly enjoyed. And there we've got the KLM City Hopper that has just arrived. Even though the outdoor balcony seating area in the bar was closed for refurbishment, the owners were kind enough to let me go out just to film this shot of a KLM flight departing. So I'm just going to give you all a few tips on if you're planning on coming to the Flying Club to do a bit of plane spotting at the bar. First of all, I would definitely recommend doing your research and looking into a busy time of the day where you're going to have a lot of air traffic. Another thing I would highly advise is downloading Flight Radar 24. It will be your best friend, and you're able to track all the aircraft in and out of the airport. And what I am also going to do now is attach the opening times of the Flying Club so that you can see when the bar is open, so that it's a lot more easy for you to plan your visit here for a fantastic afternoon out doing a bit of plane spotting. So guys, that sums up our afternoon here at the Flying Club at Cardiff Airport. What can I say? I'm gutted I haven't come here sooner. It was absolutely amazing. Don't be put off by this place, guys, because a lot of you, I imagine, are thinking that Cardiff Airport is very quiet. There's not a lot of air traffic. But what you need to do is exactly what we done, and that is go online and check what arrivals and departures are going. We noticed today that in between sort of 3 and 5, there was a lot of aircraft departing and arriving, which was perfect for us. We only came to this place on the off chance today. It has put me off previously due to Cardiff Airport being very quiet for an international airport. But we were at Barry Island and we seen a lot of TUI aircraft landing. And then all of a sudden I thought, you know what, we're about a 10-minute drive away from here. Let's head over, let's get in that bar and see what it's all about. And you know what, I'm so glad that we did, because we managed to get a lot of KLM and TUI aircraft. And also with Aeros Flying Club, it's such a busy flying school. There was a lot of Piper PA-28 departing and arriving in for people on their flying lessons. So I had an amazing afternoon. Very, very cheap for alcoholic drinks. Obviously, I had a couple of pints and it was really cheap. You know, they could charge more considering how close they are for an airport, especially for plane spotting. However, I can't fault it. The owners were lovely and I can't wait to come back. One thing I do like, just around the corner there, you've got a Holiday Inn. I think you've got maybe a Travel Lodge just up a bit further. So I think what we will do is book a night in one of them hotels and come here one evening, because they do have live singers on as well. They do cook food. So I'd like to spend the night here, and it would also be pretty cool to catch some of the aircraft in the night taking off, which I think the footage would be awesome, especially when that balcony area opens back up, because unfortunately it is being refurbished at the moment and it reopens this Wednesday. I hope you liked the video, guys, and don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, anything you want to see, drop it in the comments, guys, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.